In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to get swept up in the constant scroll of social media. The endless stream of updates, photos, and videos can be both captivating and overwhelming. We find ourselves lost in a digital maze where every swipe and tap promises a new discovery, a new connection, or a fleeting moment of joy. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a powerful force, urging us to check our phones every few minutes. This anxiety is not just about missing out on events or news, but also about missing out on the validation and approval that comes from likes, comments, and shares. It's a cycle that keeps us hooked, always seeking the next digital high. We become slaves to the notification bell, our attention fragmented, our minds restless. Each ping and buzz pulls us away from the present moment, disrupting our focus and productivity. We find it harder to concentrate on tasks, to engage in meaningful conversations, or to simply relax without the constant urge to check our devices. Like many, I felt the allure of these platforms, the promise of connection and entertainment. Social media offered a way to stay in touch with friends and family, to share experiences, and to discover new interests. It was a virtual playground where I could express myself and connect with others who shared my passions. But I also began to notice the subtle ways social media was impacting my well-being. My sleep suffered, my attention span dwindled. I found myself staying up late, scrolling through feeds, unable to put my phone down. The blue light from the screen disrupted my sleep patterns, leaving me tired and groggy the next day. A sense of comparison and inadequacy crept in. Seeing the curated lives of others made me question my own achievements and happiness. I felt a constant pressure to measure up, to present a perfect image of myself online. This comparison game took a toll on my self-esteem and mental health. I knew something had to change. I needed to break free from the grip of social media and reclaim my life. I wanted to find a balance, to use these platforms mindfully without letting them control me. It was time to take a step back and reassess my relationship with technology. So I decided to embark on a 30-day social media detox. This wasn't just about turning off my phone or deleting apps. It was about creating space for reflection, for rediscovering the joys of offline activities, and for reconnecting with myself and the world around me. It wasn't about judging social media or its users. I understood the value and benefits these platforms could offer, but I needed to find a healthier way to engage with them, one that didn't compromise my well-being. This detox was a personal journey, a chance to reset and find clarity. This was about reclaiming my time, my focus, and my peace of mind. I wanted to explore new hobbies, to read more books, to spend time in nature, and to have deeper, more meaningful interactions with the people around me. I wanted to live more intentionally, to be present in each moment without the constant distraction of my phone. I wanted to understand the true impact of these platforms on my life and explore the possibilities of a life lived more intentionally, offline. I started journaling my thoughts and experiences, noting the changes in my mood, energy levels, and overall well-being. I had heartfelt conversations with friends and family, sharing my journey and learning from their perspectives. The decision was made, the alarm was set, 30 days, no social media. I created a plan, setting specific goals and activities to fill the time I would have spent online. I wanted to make the most of this detox, to truly immerse myself in the experience and see what insights and growth it could bring. It seemed daunting, even a little scary, but I was determined to see it through. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was ready to face the challenge. This was a chance to break free from the digital chains and to rediscover the beauty and richness of life beyond the screen. And so, with a mix of nervousness and excitement, I took the first step on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. The first week was the hardest. It felt like I was missing a part of myself, a constant companion that had been with me for years. The absence of my phone was a void that seemed impossible to fill. The urge to check my phone, ingrained after years of habit, was almost physical. Every few minutes, my hand would instinctively reach for my pocket, only to find it empty. It was a reflex, a muscle memory that had been built over countless moments of idle scrolling and notifications. Phantom vibrations had me reaching for a device that wasn't even there. It was eerie, feeling my leg buzz with a notification that didn't exist. My mind played tricks on me, making me believe that I was missing out on something important. The fear of missing out was real. I constantly worried about what I wasn't seeing, the messages I wasn't reading, the updates I wasn't getting. It was as if the world was moving on without me, and I was stuck in a time loop, disconnected and isolated. I worried about being out of the loop, missing important updates or conversations. What if someone needed to reach me? What if there was an emergency? The anxiety was overwhelming, a constant nagging thought at the back of my mind. It was like breaking free from an addiction. The first few days were the hardest, but slowly I began to feel a sense of liberation. The chains that had bound me to my phone were starting to loosen, and I could breathe a little easier. There were moments of frustration, boredom, even a sense of emptiness. I didn't know what to do with my hands, my time, my thoughts. The silence was deafening, and the emptiness was a void that seemed impossible to fill. Yet, I persevered. I knew that this was a journey worth taking, a challenge worth facing. I reminded myself why I started this journey. I wanted to reclaim my time, my attention, my life. I wanted to break free from the constant distractions and find a deeper sense of purpose and connection. I wrote in my journal, read motivational quotes, and kept my eyes on the prize. I replaced the mindless scrolling with walks in nature, conversations with loved ones, and the simple pleasure of being present in the moment. I started to notice the beauty around me, the colors of the leaves, the sound of the birds, the warmth of the sun on my skin. I reconnected with people, had meaningful conversations, and felt a sense of connection that I had been missing. Slowly, the initial discomfort began to dissipate. I found new hobbies, new interests, new ways to spend my time. I started to smile more, feel calmer, and enjoy the little things in life. The emptiness was being filled with joy, peace, and contentment. I started to notice the spaces where social media used to fill my time. I realized how much of my life had been consumed by my phone, and how much I had been missing out on. I felt a sense of clarity, a sense of purpose, and a sense of freedom that I hadn't felt in years. The journey was just beginning, but I knew that I was on the right path. By week 2, something remarkable happened. I started to enjoy my newfound freedom. The constant chatter in my mind quieted. I found myself more present in conversations, more engaged in my work. Without the distractions of social media, I had time to pursue neglected hobbies and discover new passions. I dusted off my old guitar, rediscovering the joy of music. I started writing again, pouring my thoughts and experiences into a journal. Cooking, which had become a chore, transformed into a creative outlet. I experimented with new recipes, savoring the flavors and the process itself. This wasn't just about abstaining from social media, it was about rediscovering the richness and fullness of life beyond the screen. Week 3 brought an unexpected but welcome surprise: improved mental well-being. The constant comparison and self-doubt that social media often fueled began to fade. Freed from the curated perfection of online personas, I felt more comfortable in my own skin. My anxiety levels decreased. I slept better, woke up feeling more refreshed and energized. It was liberating to experience life without the filter of social media. I started to appreciate the simple things more: the warmth of the sun, the laughter of loved ones, the quiet moments of solitude. I began to understand the power of disconnecting from the digital world to reconnect with myself and the world around me. As the 30th day of my social media detox arrived, I looked back on the journey with a sense of accomplishment and gratitude. It wasn't always easy, but it was undoubtedly worth it. The experience had been transformative. I had faced my dependence on social media and emerged stronger, more focused, and more aware. I learned that my fear of missing out was largely unfounded. The world didn't fall apart without my constant online presence. More importantly, I rediscovered the beauty of living in the present moment, free from the distractions of the digital world. I had a renewed appreciation for face-to-face interactions, for meaningful conversations, and for the simple joys of offline life. If you're considering a digital detox, here are a few tips from my experience. Start small. Begin with a few hours each day or a specific platform you want to cut back on. Identify your triggers. Recognize the times and situations when you're most likely to reach for your phone. Find offline alternatives. Explore hobbies, activities, or social interactions that don't involve screens. Manage notifications. Turn off non-essential notifications to reduce distractions. Be kind to yourself. It's okay to struggle, slip up, or adjust your approach along the way. Remember, it's not about completely abandoning technology, but about using it more intentionally and mindfully. As my 30-day experiment came to an end, I faced the question of whether to return to social media. The answer, I realized, wasn't a simple yes or no. I had rediscovered the value of my time and attention. I now understood the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing my well-being. I decided to approach social media with a new mindset, one of intentionality and moderation. I would choose to engage with platforms that genuinely enriched my life, limiting my time and being mindful of their impact on my mental state. There are resources available to help you navigate this journey. Digital detox apps can track your usage and set limits, while mindfulness tools can help you stay present and manage cravings. This 30-day journey was an important reminder that we have the power to choose how we interact with technology. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the constant stream of notifications, emails, and social media updates. We often find ourselves mindlessly scrolling through our feeds, losing track of time, and feeling more disconnected than ever. But it doesn't have to be this way. By taking a step back and reevaluating our relationship with technology, we can regain control and find a sense of balance. We don't have to be slaves to our devices. It's important to recognize that we have a choice in how we use technology. We can set limits and create boundaries that allow us to use our devices in a way that enhances our lives rather than detracts from them. For example, we can designate specific times of the day to check our emails or social media, rather than constantly being available. This can help reduce stress and improve our overall well-being. By setting boundaries and prioritizing our well-being, we can create a healthier, more balanced relationship with the digital world. This might mean turning off notifications during certain hours, setting aside time for mindfulness practices like meditation or yoga, or simply taking regular breaks from our screens. These small changes can make a big difference in how we feel and how we interact with the world around us. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the constant demands of the digital age, I encourage you to embark on your own journey of digital minimalism. This doesn't mean completely giving up technology, but rather finding a way to use it more intentionally. Start by identifying the areas of your digital life that cause you the most stress or distraction, and think about how you can make changes to improve your experience. Start small, experiment with different approaches, and find what works best for you. Maybe you'll decide to limit your social media use to just a few minutes a day, or perhaps you'll try a new hobby that doesn't involve screens. The key is to be mindful of how you're using technology and to make conscious choices that support your well-being. You might be surprised by what you discover about yourself and the world around you. When we take a break from our screens, we open ourselves up to new experiences and opportunities. We might find that we have more time for the things we love, like spending time with family and friends, exploring nature, or simply enjoying a good book. These moments of connection and joy can help us feel more grounded and fulfilled. What are your thoughts on taking a break from social media? Have you ever considered how much time you spend on your devices and what impact it has on your life? Taking a break from social media can be a powerful way to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. It can give you the space to reflect on your priorities and make more intentional choices about how you spend your time. Have you ever tried a digital detox? This can be a great way to reset your relationship with technology and create healthier habits. A digital detox might involve taking a break from all screens for a day, a weekend, or even longer. During this time, you can focus on activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, like spending time with loved ones, engaging in physical activity, or pursuing a creative hobby. Share your experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your journey with digital minimalism and any tips or insights you have to share. Your experiences can inspire and support others who are looking to make positive changes in their own lives. And if you're interested in learning more about digital minimalism, mindfulness, and creating a more intentional life, don't forget to subscribe for more content. We'll be sharing tips, strategies, and personal stories to help you on your journey to a more mindful and balanced life. Together, we can create a community of support and inspiration as we navigate the challenges and opportunities of the digital age.